Hello everybody and welcome back to Hermitcraft. My name is Cub. Today we are playing some Minecraft from the Hermitcraft Season 11 server. The sun is setting behind our portal area and our smelter area. Look at that. Gavin the happy guest floating gingerly through the sky on his beautiful sunset. And it's gone. Thank you, B-dubs. Appreciate you. Anyways, today, guys, on Hermitcraft, we're going to be building up our base a little bit. We're trying to make this area into a Timbuktu-esque base, and today we got to start that process. As I've said in previous episodes, this whole area here is all meant to be underground, and as you can see, there's no ground above me, which means it's not underground yet. So we got to do that today. That's kind of our primary goal, making this whole area into the underground section of our base, which is sort of meant to be like the base of operations, the brain of the base, if you will, with the sorter and the smelter and stuff in the center, and then the farms tangentially around us, but still kind of underground. But we also have something very exciting coming soon, and that is, drum roll please, the Nautilus Race number 2. That's right, the Nautilus Racing League is about to have its second race. Let's go out to the course right now to catch all the action. Welcome one and all to Nautilus League Racing. This is race 2 of 5 before the championship race, and our competitors are now exiting Coral Cove, and they are heading out to the race course. It's going to be a fine day here on Hermitcraft. A lot of newcomers in this race, as this is only the second race that has been hosted here at the Nautilus Racing Course, but there are some new obstacles, and I heard a few new shortcuts. So, our competitors are lined up at the starting gate, presented by Jevon's Eye Coral Emporium. Coral Emporium, coral at a great price. Now, let's get on to the race. We have 16 competitors today, several of which are new to the course, so this should be an interesting race. Also, this race, we have our first zombie Nautilus, wielded by Doc M77. So, here we go. The gate has opened and our Nautilus racers are off. And it looks like we have Cub getting through the first obstacle first, followed by Doc M and Pearl, then followed by Joe, Impulse, Etho, Corrales, and Ren Diggity Dog with his magical hat. Cleo coming in next, Tango there, coming up on the backside, and we have reports that a BOO has been lost on the course. There he is. Can he make it? He does indeed make it. And ladies and gentlemen, BOO coming in and moving on to the next obstacle. Back up ahead now, we have Cub bursting through the first obstacle, followed quickly by Doc, Pearl, and Joe. Stop by the gate, and we have sort of a pile up here at times if you don't try and jump through the gate. But we then head on up to Doc, who has now passed Cub and is taking the lead through the bubblegum. Cub gets caught in the bubblegum. Doc M speeding ahead, using that zombie Nautilus speed to his advantage as he makes his way through the Bermuda Triangle. We got other people getting caught on the bubblegums. Looks like Mr. Normal Joel Smallish Beans having a little bit of difficulty there. Doc M, though, opening up a fairly substantial lead now, though, on Cub. Cub somehow looked at his chat for a moment and somehow paused there. Fell far, far behind. We got a bunch of people now rolling through, and let's see how the jumping section goes. Doc M now opening up a big lead in this jumping section, using that speed of the zombie Nautilus to open up a substantial gap between himself, Cub, and Pearl. Cub now trying to make up some time, looking to quickly make it through the jumping area, briefly passes Doc. Doc recovers a little bit. However, we have quite a battle coming in for the remaining spots here. Looks like Ren Dog leading, Ren now boosting over, using his hat as perhaps a wind-guided assist to the Nautilus jumps here. We got Cleo having a good showing here, followed by Etho. Looks like we have Gem with a huge jump over the drip leaf, as well as Tango. Tango and Gem now looking to gain some ground here on this jumping section of the course. Gem, not a great jump there, but that's okay. Moves on. Back ahead now in the Warden section, we have Doc M still in the lead, followed by Cub. Both of them speeding quite far ahead. Ren Dog, meanwhile, guided by his magical hat, looking solid through the Warden section, followed by Pearl and Hypno. Doc and Cub now entering Scar section, a relatively calm straightaway, and they are going to look to put some distance between themselves and the rest of the pack. Ren and Pearl and Hypno, probably this top 5, looking to score some big points here at the Nautilus race. It'll be tough for others to catch them. If we zoom along here, we see Pearl in third place, Ren in fourth, Hypno in fifth. Going up to the top two, it looks like Cub is still substantially behind Doc, who has now pulled away, heading into Pearlescent Moon's magical underwater section. However, Cub looks like he finds a sneaky way through. It is, in fact, a shortcut here. Cub takes the shortcut, and he is off to the races. He has now taken the lead over Doc, who is now very close to where Pearl is at. Yes, Pearl comes through her own shortcut as well, followed by Ren and Hypno. And this, ladies and gentlemen, dare I say, might be the top 5. Cub now with a substantial lead, way ahead. Looks like he might cruise to victory here. He's going to go ahead and take another shortcut through False's area that he knows about. Maybe try harding a bit too hard in this Nautilus League race. And looks like he's just going to make it. He gets caught on the fence there, but not a big issue. But he takes the wrong turn! He takes a wrong turn and gets caught in a bubble column. This may be the opening that Pearlescent Moon needs to take the lead, and looks like she has taken the lead. Cub emerges from the tunnel, but he is behind, followed very closely by Doc as well. What a mistake from Cub. That might be costly. Hypno and Ren hot on their tails as well. The top 3 now, Pearl, Cub, and Doc, all going into the final obstacle together at Rendog's place. Doc M takes the lead with a fantastic jump over the obstacle. Here we have Pearl going underwater, opting to not jump, more consistent perhaps, we'll see. Pearl with a great jump over here. Doc jumps and misses. Doc M falls behind. That's it. This is the end. Can Cub come back here? Pearl way in the lead. Looks like it will be Pearlescent Moon gonna win this one as she jumps to the end, but she misses, and Cub comes in at the end and wins it. Can you believe it, ladies and gentlemen? A repeat of what happened in the first race with Grian. Pearl, unfortunately, on this time, now suffering the same fate, jumping short of the finish line at the end. Looked like that we had Ren Diggity Dog sneaking in there in third, Doc in fourth, Hypno in fifth. What a great showing from Hypno. Massive improvement over his first race. And here we have Asuma coming in sixth place. Asuma, second top 6 finish. Gotta admire the consistency there from Asuma. You love to see it. And now we have the 7th and 8th place spots, which also gets points. And looks like we have newcomer Smallish Beans and Gemini Tay. Smallish Beans and Gemini Tay battle for 7th, and Smallish Beans takes it. 7th place for Smallish Beans. Can Gem get up here? Corrales coming out of nowhere to get 8th place. Corrales will get the point. Gem finishing 9th. And rounding out the top 10, we have Skizzleman, followed by Joe, and it looks like Impulse SV with a hell of a comeback on the course. My goodness, Impulse battling back over the course of that last race. And here are the results, ladies and gentlemen, of the second Nautilus race. What a race. Lots of ups and downs, lots of twists and turns. And thank you to all the competitors who came and participated in this race. Here are the current Nautilus League standings after 2 races. Coming into the 3rd race next week. We got a lot of crazy storylines, ladies and gentlemen, but it is going to be a good one. Thank you for joining us here at the Nautilus Racing League today. We'll see you next time. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Nautilus race number 2 in the history books. We got first place. We got this awesome trophy that we can place onto our heads like this. And yeah, we can display this in the base along with our iron trophy we got from 3rd place in the last race over here. We need a good spot to put it in the base, though, which we don't have quite yet. Also, I've been putting out custom banners for each race. So this was the first race banner right here. So everybody who participated got this little Nautilus banner, which I made. And then I have the 2nd race right here. We'll have one for the 3rd race, the 4th race, 5th race, and finally the championship race. But yeah, I'm not going to put them right here for now. We're going to find a better spot to put them, like a historical trophy room type thing eventually. But I've been busy since we finished the race. Check this out. I said we needed a place that's underground, and well, it's underground now, baby. Check it out. So, this area is more in line with what I was thinking for this area. I love that the lights, sort of, you can't see like what's activating them. They just sort of like, we know it's a cart, obviously. It's behind these, actually behind these blocks up here, going over detector rails, but it still makes the base feel much more alive and much more vibrant as you see these lights moving down this sort of hallway here. Also, you'll notice no glass. Look at this. This is much more alive now. Oh my god, it's so nice being actually being able to see into these things. And these guys cannot get out, nor can zombies get in, I don't think. I've double-checked and triple-checked the different spots, and you know, how they can potentially get up onto certain things when they're wandering early on in the day. And I don't think they can get out in any way here, but yeah, it just definitely looks so much better once you have the ability to like see into these areas. This guy is not going to bed. Where's this guy at? There, he's late guy. He's working late. That's what we like to see. That's right. There he goes. And he's sleeping. This guy did have to move back his weights because for some reason he would like try to use the weights all the time and get stuck in the weight. So this guy, just a fitness guy all around. So we also got some areas above ground I want to show you a bit of, and we would have built more here, but we actually ran out of mud. So we got to go get some more mud before we build up more. But yeah, you can see we got sort of like this brick castle thing going on now. And the idea with this is that this is going to be like a big structure that goes, you know, pretty much all the way across the horizon here, and then up as well. And yeah, ignore this cactus farm for now, but the idea is that when people come across this bridge, right, we want them to sort of come to the right, meander to the right, then sort of meander back to the left, and we're going to have the main entrance, I think, in this section here, as it sort of offers like nice terrain build up to the actual structure. And then once you enter the area, I want to have an area that comes down to the right. So this goes to the underground section we just saw. And then there's another section that goes up to the left to the portal and to this second story, which we've now started to fill in as well up here. And you can see this is actually even exactly on the level of the villagers. So we can sort of look in, just see how they're doing, how they're getting on. You can see that guy left a piece of wheat off of the farm. Good job, guy. Fix it next time. Do better. And then, yeah, we have these little exit points on the like in the hallways and things, which are not quite done yet. We're also replacing pretty much all the glass here on all these farms with some brown stained glass because I think it fits better with the aesthetic. So the next steps are to visit a mangrove swamp and get a whole bunch more mud so we can make packed mud bricks. Just like this. Apparently we're in an underground air pocket here. Kind of nice. But yeah, we need to get a whole bunch more mud and turn that into packed mud and packed mud bricks. Obviously, we need, you know, tens of thousands of these mud bricks to, you know, make our base this season. So it's going to be a long journey, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's keep gathering. Let's keep collecting. And I'll be back once we're ready to show off a few more things. I think I have made what is possibly the best build on the server this season. Are you guys ready for this? Check this out. Oh my good gravy. We got the good dog up there, baby. Haha, yeah boy. Imagine you're just walking along, right? You don't even know this is here, and then suddenly, bam! All of a sudden, you are having the best day. And it actually does say, good dog, right above him. Beautiful. Beautiful. We've done it. We've done it. This is peak. Can't top this, man. We're done. Alright everybody, just wanted to get you up to speed. We got a lot more of our base constructed now, so let's take a look. Let's start over here. And yeah, we have around this staircase area a little bit of an area where I think we're going to have some small farms. By small farms, I mean we can take bone meal out of this chest here. And if we need glowberries or we need firefly bushes, we can get the glowberries just like this by right-clicking. Or if we need some firefly bushes, we can grab some of these and then just simply grow them back up really quickly. So that's pretty basic stuff. We also have some flowers over here which we can hit with some bone meal, except obviously not the pitcher plant, but I wanted this to be 5 blocks wide so that when you come out of here it sort of is framed nicely, and it looked kind of weird with only 4. It's a bit weird you can't actually bone meal the pitcher plant in my opinion, because you can the other 2 tall flowers, but Mojang is, if Mojang is anything, they're not consistent with how things work in the game. So that's to be expected, basically. Par for the course. Anyways, down here we got a little bit of this done as well. We got some frog lights providing some lighting behind these oxidized trapdoors, some greenery in the form of the moss on the side, and then packed mud on the ceiling everywhere here. So I think it's looking pretty decent. If we make our way down here, we obviously got the villager down here deglassed, so we can actually see into the cave now, which looks way better. And so yeah, he comes down during the nighttime and stuff, and we got these ways up here. We got all this covered in pretty much. Yeah, it's pretty atmospheric now down here, honestly. You can't really tell if it's day or night when you look down this hallway, which I kind of like. And then if we get outside here, let's go this way. You can see what we've done on the outside. Right now what we kind of have is a little bit of like a mud castle type thing. Kind of like a mud castle aesthetic is what we got right now, as you can see. With a lot of like green space that is hopefully going to eventually have some like actual greenery on the outside. Some leaves and some trees and things like that. But right now we just got these little entryways. Still waiting for these copper bars to oxidize, but hopefully that'll happen soon. And then down here, the entrance area, we just got this little thing right here for the entrance. And as I said before, we have sort of a down to the right and to the underground and up to the left, which is going to lead to the second story right here, which is already, even with this, we just got to figure out a good way to like connect them and where to put rooms and hallways and what to put in this section behind the smelter area. A lot of this is all work in progress. We got the good dog in there. That's the best. So I'm very happy with how this base is coming together. A lot more work to be done, but it's a good start, and I really dig the vibes of this section here with the greenery and the mechanisms all working together. Basically, we got some technology working in unison with some, actual mobs and golems and villagers, and yeah, it's cool to see the villagers come down at night, especially when they go to bed and they hang out down here when they're off work hours. So definitely cool to see, but for now, we're going to actually switch gears again and focus once more on the Nautilus race. Nautilus race number 3 coming up later this week. We got to get ready for it, and I want to mix up our section a little bit in our portion of the Nautilus race, because variety is the spice of life, and we need a little bit more variety in our section, I feel. So I'm going to grab some blocks, I'm going to grab some copper bars, and we're also going to grab some lightning rods. Yes, actually we're gonna need a lot more lightning rods. Do we have stuff? Oh yeah, we can smelt. Let's go smelt. So we're gonna get some lightning rods. I'm also gonna get some like mud bricks and stuff. And yeah, you can see a little bit of the base from here. Let's just land in here. Yeah, this was because I was AFK in this room. I didn't want mobs to walk in from the outside. Yeah, but let's quickly boom da boom. There we go. And we'll just dump in a couple stacks of raw copper into each of these. There we go. And then this guy. We'll get these going. And so while this is smelting up, let's talk about some of the changes we want to make for the Nautilus race. So our goal here is to effectively change up every portion of our section of the Nautilus race. And the first thing we're going to change up are these floating log areas. So these areas in a lot of places, these logs don't provide that much of a challenge. So we're going to first of all basically expand these, like make them just bigger. And then we're also going to put lightning rods down where we can on the sides of these so that the sort of obstruction itself becomes slightly larger. So we're just going to place down lightning rods all like this, and once these oxidize, the hope is that this turns this structure into sort of like an alien-esque kelp. You can see how the kelp sort of has the arms here that sort of flail about, and this is meant to be like a kelp, but like an alien type of it. Or you can think of it as just like logs with nails coming out of it. Either way, should be pretty cool, so we're going to expand this section so that these obstacles are a little bit more substantial. We're also changing up entirely where the gaps in the wall here are, so that it's a little more challenging and people can't just, memorize like where to go. So we're going to cut this off and make some new holes elsewhere. We'll also be changing some routes here so that the gap you go through with the conduit is no longer active, and instead you got to either jump over or go through some of these smaller gaps on the sides of this area to sort of expand out this space a tiny bit. We're also going to be putting some copper bar and iron bar jumps right here where we previously had just a straightaway, so this will become a little bit more challenging for players to get into the hallway, and then we'll have probably a few jumps beyond this. Alright everybody, check it out. The biggest change by far in our section is this portion right here, where we sort of exit the dried kelp tunnel. So if we come down this way, you see we also added another little like slime block bit right in here. So we got like another little bar that comes up here just after the first section, sort of offset a little bit. So you have to be aware of that now. But besides that, if we make our way this way, yeah, when you come out the tunnel, we now have a couple of options. So you got an option to jump over the new wall here. This was not here before, it was open before, and go into this section and like continue down underwater. Or you can now also come up the waterfall here and then go this way, come back to the right, and there's basically like a whole elevated like mini track up here we're making. Currently trying to waterlog all this stuff, but that will dump you out over here, and you avoid some of the bubble columns, as the salmon are so accurately demonstrating here. So you get to avoid like half the bubble column section, but it is a slightly longer route. So we got some choices here, and you can also jump over here into this part, or actually, you know, come down here. This is also open down here, and then make your way up here and jump up at this point, instead of going up the waterfall. So a lot of different options in this section here, so I'm excited to see sort of what options people choose. Alright everyone, we're at the starting gate on a Nautilus, and let's give this a go now. We'll just sort of go through this slowly, just so you guys can see all the changes here. So 3, 2, 1, go! So obviously we have these, which are now requiring you to at least turn a little bit, which is nice. And we've also added some coral rings down here. And if we get to the top, we've added some ships. We actually added a little scene here with the pillager firing a crossbow, which, yeah, he's shooting a weakness arrow at this guy. And there's also this pufferfish guy over here. They're kind of like battling the pillager, if you will. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, we can come over here. I'm just going to jump over this like so. Then we got the iron, or not iron, the copper bars here. Requires a little bit of jumping. Ooh, we made it through. That was quick. Oh my god, that was so fast. Oh, until we got to here. There we go. Okay, and then the new part. We're going to jump up here. Boost over this way. Boost over here. Oh, we got caught up a little bit. That's okay. Into the bubble column section. Oh, and we got hit by the bubble column. Okay. That's fine. The bubble column areas did get a little bit bigger, but that's okay. And then through here, which is new. Kind of got to go at an angle now. And then we're out. Nice. That was actually really clean. We made it through there really, really quickly. So, yeah. That's the new section. So, pretty happy with that. And, yeah, I think that's how it's going to be for race number 3. So, back at Nautilus Cove today, and these Nautilus are raring to go for the 3rd race. And our 3rd race area is now done. So, yeah, looking forward to see how the Hermits react to some of the changes. But for now, that's going to be all from me. Thank you guys very much for watching today. If you liked the video, I would greatly appreciate you liking the video. It does help out a lot. And until next time, thanks for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye. Bonus clip coming this week from our helping of lighting up the underside of Decked Out 3.